Hey all USC2 fans, welcome to another cast of one of my games. I'm pearlwitleBB from Pearl StarCraft, and this one I played earlier today on the ladder, and the map is Metalopolis. I'm the purple Protoss spawning in the right hand position, and my enemy today will be Metzler. He's the red Terran spawning in the top location. So the map's Metalopolis. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. It's been in the map pool for a while. They took it out for a little bit, but now it's back. I'm happy about that. I like Metalopolis. It's one of my favorite maps actually. So yeah, we're gonna be spawning close by air, but not too close by land. So maybe Void Rays or Banshees or something like that. They can get used really well because you're so close to your opponent, you can just float right over this little crevasse and then right to their probe line and kill some probes. So I'm gonna scout him last. You should always on Metalopolis scout to the close position by land, because if somebody he actually was at random in this game, so I didn't know if he was Zerg, Protoss, or Terran. And if he's Zerg, a lot of times when you play at random, the Zerg will 6-pool, because sometimes they just don't know how to play Zerg, and 6-pooling's easy. Especially because you probably, as a Protoss, aren't going to wall in. I'm going to put my gateway here, because I don't know if he's a Zerg or not yet. And if I do scout, I should scout him before this finishes, so before I put out my cyberkinetics. So if he is a Zerg, I'd put the cyberkinetics there. If he's not a Zerg, I'll put it away, because you obviously don't want too many of your buildings right at the ramp against a Terran or a Protoss, because they can like scan or have an observer and then snipe those buildings with a long range unit like a Marauder, and that's really frustrating. So I do see the bunker there, so I'm pretty sure that he's going to be expanding soon, but just be sure, I'm going to send this probe back and sit him right behind the mineral line, because sometimes people will do this kind of thing and then attack you with like a 2 racks. I don't know. He could have been hiding other racks over here, or even at 3 racks against Protoss, where they pull a couple SCVs. It's really, really annoying. It's pretty good. So I'm going to have this here, and if I don't see a command center come up rather soon, I'm going to know that it's some kind of rush. I was kind of worried that he was going to rush me because I didn't scout his whole base. I didn't scout his base at all, really. I mean, I got in, but I left pretty soon. So I do see that, and I know I'm safe from any really early rushes. So I did throw down 3 gateways, and now I'm thinking about I'm going to do a little 3-gate pressure, but I decided nah, because his command center is not too far ahead of what my Nexus would be, so you might as well just throw down that Nexus and go into a macro game. So I should be doing that soon. I think I'm saving for the Nexus right now. Yeah, here goes the probe. Okay, so I'm gonna do some 3-gate expansion, and he did a 1-racks expand, so he'll have a little bit of an economic advantage on me, but not too much. He's getting 2 bunkers because I could do something. Like, he did see the probe that saw this, so he knows that I know that he's expanding. So he's gonna get 2 bunkers, because sometimes something the Protoss will do is like 3-gate with a robotics facility and get a lot of immortals, because you can bust those bunkers really well, or just a 4-gate, 4-gate blink stalkers, something like that, where you really can put pressure on a Terran in this situation. But since he's got 2 bunkers, it makes it a lot harder. He had a Marine go into the watchtower. My stalker sniped that, so he's got 1 kill. I'm getting a pylon over here to try to scout any drops. He's getting a supply. He has supply depot there. He shows get some kind of something in here. Leave an overlord here, because sometimes they'll drop units right in there, then stem and run out. So you want to know about that as early as possible. So my warp gate's about to finish here in about 10 seconds. My Nexus is 2/3 of the way done, and his orbital command is just starting. So as you see, he doesn't really have any units. If I had pressured him, I actually would have done a really good job of it, because I mean, it's 6.5 minutes into the game. He's got 4 Marines. Normally they would have more units than that, but if they didn't only have that many units, it would have been really easy. If I had thrown down with these 3 gateways a robotics facility, pumped out like 2 immortals, then attacked him, I would have won this game instantly. Because he's just throwing down the rest of his production now, but it doesn't matter. Normally they will have more units, so I would recommend when you see that expansion, just take your own expansion. You don't need to pressure them. unless you're a really bad macro player, and you're better at rushing, you should just play to your own strengths. So I know he's not going to be attacking me for a while here. So I got a couple gateway units. I might get a couple more stalkers, maybe a few more zealots. But basically, I'm just going to be chrono boosting, using most of my chrono boost on the nexuses, and build out, pump out as many probes as I can. I did get up these gases really early, because I'm going to be going Colossus, and Colossus take a ton of gas. Also, the faster you can get out your gas, the faster you can get up those Colossus out of 2 robos or 1 robo, and then the more gas you'll have left over to go for something like Templar, DTs, Blink Stalkers, Charge Lots, something like that. Because just Colo, I mean, it's good, but it won't always win, because especially against Terran, they got those Vikings that 9 range, so they can take down those classes rather easily. Same with Zerg, with the Corruptors that do additional damage versus massive units. So I'm not getting too many gateway units. You don't need to don't feel like every time your gateways finish, you need to warp in units. I mean, you see I have 2 warp-ins right now. I'm just not using them because I want to put all my money into my tech and to my economy. Because, I mean, I don't think he's going to be attacking me for a while. If he did start attacking me, I'm going to spot it with the Stalker. He does get out of the bunkers now, and he's actually going to go for an attack. I'm not quite prepared for this, but I do see the units coming right now, and I'm going to run this Stalker away, hopefully. Come on. Oh god, okay, so I'll just barely get away there. If he had concussive shells, that Stalker would have been dead. If you look at the production tab, I should have had that open earlier. He's getting stem and concussion right now, so if I was him, let me pause this. If I was the Terran right now, I would wait for at least, I mean, you got 20 seconds till stem, and you got 30 seconds till concussive shells. So wait, I would save all these units and wait for both of those upgrades, because with stem, you can just plow through everything. I mean, he doesn't have medevacs yet, but I don't even have I don't have Colossus or even an immortal. I am getting immortal there, but I'm supply blocked. So he should probably wait for stem and wait for concussion because that'll slow the zealots down a ton and stop the stalkers from running away, and that'll make his units a lot better. So he should have probably waited about 30 seconds for this push, but let's see how it plays out for him. So he's coming in here. He's got, 4 Marauders and about 10 Marines. I tried to force field him in. That force field kind of hurts me more than that one was stupid. That one was kind of pointless too. So those force fields really hurt me more than they helped me. The Guardian Shield's really good, but he does have a ton of units left over, and now he stems right as his stem finishes. A lot of those Marines are in the red, but his Marauders just ran through my Stalkers. That wasn't good. So these Zealots do have enough health that I was able to survive. He should have focused down more Stalkers with the Marauders, but the Zealots did take care of him. So that Zealot's going to get picked off by the Stalker, and he's pulling back. So now he's pumping out of 4 gateways. He's got an engineering bay. He'll probably get some ups with soon, and factory. And now he's going for a starport. So I have the probe over here, seeing when he takes his third, because he can keep up the pressure, or he can tech and then send another wave, or he can take an expansion. Those are basically his 3 options. So if he's an expansion, I'll know about it. I should send a guy to the watchtower to see when his push comes, if he's sending another push. So I'll have everything covered. Also, I should definitely get an observer. No, it's a Colo. Okay, I was pretty sure he was going to go for more pressure, apparently, because I'm getting more units. So this Colossus would be really good against his army, but it's not going to get out in time because that was supply blocked, and supply block is bad. I did have a lot of money left over from after that first attack, because I wasn't macroing the best, but I did put down 3 more gateways and a robo. So he's going to come in here. I do have an immortal. He focuses down the immortal. Right there, he's focusing down the immortal, and my Stalker's just going to evaporate to these stem Marauders. So now I'm just finishing these. I should have had these a little bit earlier. I could have had another warp in. That would have been 3 more Zealots. Should have totally changed the fight. Currently boosting this immortal out. This Colossus is about to come out. I'm just keep warping in Zealots. The reason you should warp in Zealots in this situation is mostly he has Marauders, and Marauders do less DPS than Marines do against Zealots, and Zealots are just freaking good against Marauders. If he had mostly Zealot or Marines, then I would warp in Stalkers and micro the Stalkers against the Marines. Say you should use all your units as shields for this Colossus, and target where you can. I definitely need to micro back better. But the range is almost finished, so make it really, really easy. He sniped all the pylons for these things down here, so I need to put down more pylons. I keep warping in zealots because, okay, so let me explain this. So the first thing, zealots are good against marauders, and marauders suck against zealots. So that's the reason I'm warping in zealots. And then also on top of that, a zealot, the cooldown rate for a zealot is like 25 seconds or something. I'll see here in a second. It's 28 seconds for a zealot. So I warp in one zealot, and then 28 seconds later that gateway can warp in another zealot. If I do stalker, I have to wait 32 seconds. So I'm waiting longer for a unit that's worse against the stuff he has. So there's no reason you should warp in stalkers. Maybe warp in a sentry because I could force field the ramp, but then he would just go for my probes, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to keep warping in zealots, slow him down as much as you can, wait for more heavy units like the Colossus to finish off this push. That's what I'm going for. So yeah, I did just finish the range on my Colossus, which will help a ton. He does have his Marines in the front. That's maybe not the smartest, but it does stop. Like if he had the Marauders in the front, then I would kill them and then just warp in Stalkers. So maybe do put your Zealots in the front. Definitely focus down the Zealots when they're warping in, because that really helps. Now that Colossus is out and it's got range, so it's going to wreck this stuff. He shouldn't be focusing down that pylon when he's down the ramp. He does stem here, but I have 2 Stalkers and 3 more Zealots. So this Colossus will be able to finish off the push, and he'll probably turn around with these dudes. Yeah. So I have an Immortal over here too. So I was able to hold off that push. I believe the unit's lost. I have lost a little bit more resources than him, but not too bad. I believe the income, I'm beating him on Harvesters by 4, because he didn't really kill. He did not kill that many units. I want to get the little thing to come up, the units lost thing. I know how to do it. Come on, there it is. Okay. So he's only killed 2 workers. I haven't killed any of his, but he's ahead a little bit. I would give him the advantage by a little bit here. I do have a slight economic advantage because of this this third base, and he's just getting his third now. I do see that third. She's just probably just harass the STV a little bit and make him send up some units. So I'm going to keep pumping out Colossus. He did snipe the Robotics Bay, so I have to build that again. I'm getting out another Immortal here, because I'm worried that he's just going to keep pushing me. I should have enough of a force now that if he tried to attack, I'd be able to hold it. But I'm not sure. So I'm getting more gateways. I'm getting a Twilight Council for charge and for High Templar. My strategy in PvT in the later game, where you get once you get onto your third base, go for at least I go for Colossus, a couple Immortals, a couple Stalkers, not too many Stalkers, a couple Sentries, not too many Sentries, a ton of Zealots, and then some Archons on top of that. And then once you have enough gas, you can also get the Storm, and then just start storming the crap out of them. So basically, you use the Stalkers to focus down the Vikings that are shooting the Colossus. Colossus roasts everything on the ground. Use the force fields to stop the Marauders from getting to the Colossus. The Immortals are really good against the Marauders, and the Zealots just tank everything, and they're also really good against the Marauders. And then the Archons are good against any bio, because they do ridiculous damage against it, especially when it's clumped up. So I have 3 Colossus now, and I'm feeling like I have a pretty sufficient army against his, because I don't think he's going to have that many, that many Vikings. So as I say, he only has 4 now. He is building 4 more, so he'll probably have 8 by the time I get there. But I have 2, if you look at the army here, I have a High Templar to feed back any medevacs. I have 2 Archons. I got 3 Colossus, 4 Zealots, 5 Stalkers, and 4 Stalkers, 5 Sentries, and 11 Zealots. And those Zealots are about to be charge lots. I probably should wait for charge to finish. But he's going to stem into me. He's going to get destroyed by those Colossus. I had a little bit of a mismicro there. I didn't hit A, and I just moved into him. So those Archons doing crazy damage. The Colossus doing crazy damage. They're going to fall to the Vikings, but he is going to be able to retreat back into his bunkers. I should probably just turn around right now. I do keep it up. I force field the ramp to stop any units from coming down, so I can try to I'm trying to pick off the natural. He pulled it at a couple SCVs, repair the bunker. That Immortal's going to go down. But I used all my gateways. If you look at this, I have 10 gateways, and I warped in a ton of Zealots, and I warped in a ton of Zealots again. Because right now, what does he have left? He's got Marauders and Vikings. They're both terrible against Zealots. So I'm also building, reproducing my Colossus, and I'm getting that Storm. I'm mining really well for my 3rd now. Same with my natural. My main's about to be mined out. I should probably go over here and take the 4th base, and then transfer all my probes. He doesn't have the gas up at his 3rd yet, so I definitely have an advantage now, because I won that last fight, and I just barely won it. I mean, I guess it'd be about an even fight, because I lost all my Colossus. But I have much bigger army than him. I have better tech. He does have 1 armor upgrade. Not sure why he got that. If you're the Terran, you definitely want to get the attack upgrade first against Protoss. If you're Protoss, you want to get the armor upgrade first. I have 2 forges though, so I'm just getting them both. I should definitely chrono boost those, because chrono boost energy sitting in your Nexus doesn't really do anything for you. About to have Storm. Should definitely kill this Marine off at the Watchtower too. So I think I'm waiting for Storm here. I do have 1 High Templar. And 1 Storm is a lot better than you think it is. Like, if you storm the Marines and he doesn't micro them away, he's done. But even here, he has a couple stuff up here. The Colossus take that out, no problem. The Zealots just charge. They're killing everything. Like, he doesn't know what to do. There's more Archons behind that, more Immortals. All my Colossus do go down, but all he has left is a couple Vikings and a couple Marauders, some Medevacs. I didn't even need a Storm. This game was just, he couldn't do anything about the Zealots. That's what you want to go for as Protoss. Definitely get charged before Blink, unless you're going for some Blink Stalker play at the beginning, because in the late game the charge is much more valuable. And your army is more maneuverable than a Protoss army. God, than a Terran. Your army's Protoss is more maneuverable than a Terran army, because, with the exception of the medevac, because he can drop you with the medevacs, but with your big army, your Zealots and stuff are faster in his bio, and your Colossus have tons more range, so you can dance around from place to place if you need to, and then also you have the ability just to run headlong right into his army and take it out. I mean, I didn't lose that many Zealots. I bet if you look at the units lost, haven't beaten him by a lot now. Not beating him by too much, but if you guys like this game, definitely subscribe to our channel. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you next time.